I'm your host, Sam Works. You guys are listening to Whatever Works. You guys can find us on basically any streaming platform, Apple, Spotify, all that good stuff. Welcome back. Usually my shows are on Sunday nights, but every other Wednesday we are here live at the studio. Let me just introduce my boy. Go ahead.
I am the co-host, Kyle Carignan. You already know what it is. Shout out to Secondhand Sam in Ukaipa. He has everything that you need, thrift-wise. Tonight our guest is Jawhoney. He's a lot of things ranging from recording artist, actor, entertainer. He has influence on social media where he built his brand as an entertainer on multiple levels. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. Jaw speaking.
Ja, let's go. Go ahead. Okay. Anywho, so you are a guest for tonight. We have a whole hour with you. I'm excited to know you. Actually, Kyle, he's the one that invited you tonight. So you are his special guest as well as mine. So I just want to have the people, figure out who you are and what you mean to society. So Jawhoney, first of all, where did that name come from?
That it was an injury, and I literally broke my jaw. And there's a video of it. I can show you guys in a second, but yeah, that started it. And then there's other things I shouldn't say, but there's a lot to it. I mean, I like to write and stuff, so Jawhoney isn't just one thing. But in terms of origination, I mean, that injury happened, and it's pretty obvious that really did something to me, because I had my mouth wired for 2 months. So
No kidding.
yeah, and I was definitely listening to that Kanye song leading up to the, surgery, because that thing it was weird. Within 3 days I had to go in and do something. There's a plate in there now. There's 4 screws still in there, and for 2 months I had it wired for whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the best way I could put it. And honestly, Jawhoney is just what comes out your mouth. I'm a writer, so that's part of it. Is what is Jawhoney? Well, lyrics is Jawhoney.
There you go.
So, yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
there we go.
Do you mind if I ask, how did you break your jaw?
Nothing bad happened. It was an athletic injury. You feel me? Okay, those American Ninja Warrior type things.
Right.
I was on the training thing. I did it, and then the homie over there at the gym hyped me up, and he's like, "Hey, you want to do it again? We'll post it on Instagram." And I'm like, "Yeah, I could do it again. I just did it." But I was gassed because it was a lot. I've never even done it before. So anyways, I go up there, and he's recording, and whether I'm gassed or not, I end up hitting the ceiling and missing my next one. So I get into a clenched fist, and I can't grab the next one, and then I fell backwards, and there was a bar there, and I landed on that bar, and it cracked me. And that shouldn't have been there either. It was a removable thing, and it was the circumstances sucked. I was trying to change my life, go to the gym. I'm never doing that again.
That's funny. Was it the pull-up suicide bars, or what was the?
It's it goes flat and then up and then flat and then down.
So
and
the stairs, the staircase climb, basically.
That.
Like a jungle gym,
Yeah, like a jungle gym, but it's gotta be at least 14 feet long. I don't know what the hell. I don't know. But yeah, it's one of those, and I missed the thing at the top because I hit the ceiling. All right, they didn't go by. They were supposed to have another 6 inches of clearance, and they didn't. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah.
So whatever happened wasn't necessarily my fault, and we were able to prove so.
Right.
Oh, there
That's
you go,
crazy,
yeah.
man. And how long? You said you had your mouth wired for 2 months.
8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. I don't remember exactly, because there was a certain point where even when you take it off, you're eating pudding type. I was eating tuna tartare without the chips. If you know sushi,
yeah.
just because it was mushy. So anything mushy I was doing, I was still adjusted to the straw. So literally at that point, I was sucking through my teeth, and then little by little it opened till about a month. I had a fingerish.
Oh no.
And then, 2 months, 2 fingerish, whatever, until I don't want to tell you how many fingers I can fit in there now.
How long ago was that?
That Must have been January 2017. Of course, it has to be because I know that. So what is that? 5 years almost. But
Dang.
Yeah.
that's why I could really laugh at it. It took me a year to watch the video because
man.
I didn't want to relive what happened because I didn't even realize how serious it was till I got to the doctor. And then they were like, my mom saw me and she's like, you should go to the hospital. And I drove to the hospital by myself. And then come to find out, they're like, yo, there's a fracture there and also your arm. And so they put me in a cast and yeah. So it
That's
happened 5
crazy.
years ago. Yeah.
So it's like a 5-year anniversary, dude.
Yeah. Is it
It is
Dude, what
January.
day? You darn tootin' it is. It's 5 days. Like I think it was like January 27, I think. Something like
Oh,
that.
okay, yeah.
That's
It's
so
Just
coming
about
up.
the 5 year, and to be honest, it's been a wild 5 years because at that point you start living your second life. Because you're
Right,
like, I could have
right.
either died or had something go wrong. And that's why it's really hard to disappoint me now. Like,
Yeah.
as long as I got my arms and my legs, I'm pretty, because of that, like, good
Dang,
luck
it really
keeping me
opened your
down.
eyes, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because for that 2-month period, I saw what it was like to, I don't want to say be ugly and stuff, but like to look like different.
Busted.
I was so busted, and I'm smiling like Frankenstein at girls. Like even if I had a chance and the swelling went down, I couldn't smile because you can't open your mouth, and it
Yeah.
looks like that girl shouldn't be talking to you. And it doesn't, because nobody really knows off the bat unless you
Yeah.
explain I have it wired because I broke my jaw. It looks
You just
crazy.
look like a creeper. Just,
Yeah.
That's exactly what it's
Yeah.
like going to a movie theater and like, if you get any attention, good luck,
And you can't really talk, right?
No, I'm talking like this, but who wants to talk to me? I'm
Yeah.
telling you, like I was going like this.
Yeah.
Y'all trying to compliment a girl and she's like not feeling it. She's like, what'd you say?
Yeah.
I didn't even try to go that far.
Yeah.
I knew what I could see the future in that situation.
You're just like, this ain't gonna work out.
This shouldn't. I mean, well, you know what? Maybe there's people out there, and you know what? That's how. If you find a girl that would look through that, that's also what I learned. If someone dealt with you in that position, you might
See-
have to, realize that.
Yeah, and like that's kind of like being in like your worst spot, right? Because I mean, you really couldn't like talk, eat, and do all this crazy stuff. And I think about that. Like, if I became like really successful in the future, and then I found a girl, is it because she's with me because of like where I'm at? You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather
Oh,
meet
yeah.
someone at my lowest.
Let me tell you,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
one thing about a friend's uncle. He's a lieutenant making probably over 200 a year, probably more with investments, whatever. He goes around to the bar. From what I've heard stories, too, he tells them he's like a parrot trainer. Just so, like, if they like him, they really like him, and it's not about his status.
Wow.
You feel me?
I work at Burger King. Yeah, I flip patties.
Well, if
Yeah.
you have money like that,
Yeah.
I would assume people with money would do, like, tests like that.
Yeah, he wouldn't care either.
Yeah,
you know?
no,
So it's
yeah.
like, let's see if she actually is worth it.
Because it's going to be hard to see through, what's really going on.
Parrot
If-
trainer.
Yeah, good luck. If you like that parrot trainer, you must really like that parrot
Yeah.
trainer.
And then
Shout out to parrot trainers.
he like takes her back to his pad, and then she thinks nothing of it, but then sees this huge mansion and stuff. She's like, what? I thought you were a parrot trainer. He's like, I train 200 parrots. Like,
When I get a mansion, it's gonna be like if you guys seen Crimson Peak, where it looks like no one lives there, but
Right.
it's just like a castle because
Yeah,
nobody comes there. But why would they start coming then?
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like if they want to hang out right now, they can. But I
he's
don't know.
like, you're about to see it.
I do want people there, but I just feel like that's what it would end up looking like a
Right.
gothic castle.
There's I don't know if it's in Italy or something, but it's across the world, and basically they made a whole city of just castles,
Oh,
Right?
Really?
and like you would think that's like, oh man, you just see a whole city of castles, that's amazing, but really it just really standardized it, and it didn't really add any like bouginess to it, and actually that whole city's abandoned.
Really?
Yeah, and they're trying to have people live there, and they can't do it. So like they're, shooting out benefits out, even out here to the U.S. Like, hey, if you come here, you can buy this castle, like for super like dirt cheap. You know what I mean? Because like they want people to live there, but no one's living there for whatever reason. I'm not too sure. Like, who doesn't want a castle? But if your
Yeah.
castle looks like his castle, looks like her castle, like there's no like, you're not really standing out. So.
Yeah, I'm going to look up that
Yeah.
island of castles, and I can't imagine why they're having trouble moving people there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's in the middle of nowhere as well, so it's
Oh,
not
sure,
next to like
yeah.
the next city. There's not a Costco around,
If there's food, there's people that will take that castle off her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Jawhoney, can I call you just Jaw for short?
Yeah, Jaws is nice.
All right. So, tell us a little more about yourself.
I'm also dabbling in other things because I realize I like entertainment in general. Like, I even did journalism for a little while, and it gave me certain skills that ended up being useful from the other end. Just like working behind a camera helped me in front of it, because having an idea of like what's going on in the image, lighting, and learning all those. I did a lot of tech stuff just to like force my way into people's tech sets. Like, I literally took production classes eventually to get into people's productions, but I had to learn along the way with them.
Yeah.
But I had no problem with it because I've seen most of the stuff, even though I realized the longer I'm behind the camera, it's like the less time I'm in front of it. So I kind of take those offers more now, because for whatever reason, I feel like that's what I like to do in this time of my life. And I still have some goals that I want to hit. So right now it's like short films and stuff. We did an Assassin's Creed Modern, and it was like literally 18 minutes of like a 20-person cast that we put together, and the lighting, etc. It looked like a movie. And the point is to try to show it to people and get them to buy into something. Hopefully Assassin's Creed people, whatever, Ubisoft. But we did another anime live action one. I've personally been in a commercial, which I'll tell you about that. But how I got into it is, I don't know how I got it, but this injury definitely brought me to all this stuff. Is when I realized, like, yo, just do it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't care. Nobody else cares. I care. And that injury was like, oh God, what if this happened permanently? So that got me into this. Anyways, the commercial, do we have time?
What's your commercial? What were you in?
It was an Old Spice commercial, and honestly, it's one of those right place, right time. I took an offer with no money in my pocket, got a ride to San Francisco. I found this through. Should I shout out an app that I got the job through or no?
Yeah, go for it.
Well,
go
it was
for it, yeah.
Backstage Casting, so there you go. Information for you. There's other ones, which if we get to, I'll talk. But from what I recall, it was through that, and it was just like a $25 or something for like 3 days of like 40 hours covered or whatever it was. For me, it was like $600, and I got into a car with somebody to go get it, for that weekend. I've never been to San Francisco. I have $20 in my pocket. I owe the guy gas, and I'm like, yeah, you'll get it soon, my guy. And
But I'm successful.
well, no, he got it, but what I had to wait for the next day for my an old check to go into my account and my whatever. I took these opportunities that got me that commercial, okay?
Yeah.
And other people partied the night before. It was the third night that I'm working the San Francisco event. It was a Clusterfest, Comedy Central or whatever. I'm working Old Spice with a t-shirt on. Like, I still have the deodorant that I wore today that they gave me from this event, which was about 3 years ago. But I still have that one because it's not
Still
the only
fresh.
one. Yeah, there's still some. Okay, I did well.
Old Spice, man. You got to give it to them.
Old Spice and Comedy Central, apparently. It was all right, but okay, so I got that because on the third day, they needed someone to just tap the guy on the shoulder for their Comedy Central, like one day, whatever it was a commercial for like Independence Day for Comedy Central, okay, and Old Spice. It was a mashup.
Right.
It was on the channel of, okay, that's what it was. And they ended up giving me a line, and that's how I got the commercial. Like, there's not supposed to be a line in it. People turned it down because they didn't want to do the shoulder tap because they're like, I'm hungover. I don't want to shout him out because he's going to be sad that I said this. But I was the only one that was hydrated enough to do it. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care if it's just my hand. You never know. What if my face shows? I'm not in a position not to take this opportunity.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what? You have a line. And everyone dies around me because they all said no because they're like hungover from the night before in San Francisco. Oh, sorry. And yeah, I got it. That's how that aired in this area. So at that time, it was like July 4th, it aired here. And I found out through a friend to be like, wow, it really was a real thing.
You're like, told you.
Yeah, and that was I think that was right after my semester that I did a Shakespeare play. It was my first play, but that gave me some confidence to go up there.
Oh, which one?
We did As You Like It at Chafee.
Okay, yeah.
It must have been spring 19, something like, and then it must have been May 19 when I did that commercial, which it's just funny how it happened because I shouldn't have been. That was like I jumped steps, and now it looks like I've done something, but It was because I went with $20 in my pocket to San Francisco in a car full of two guys that were really cool and the great, like, God sent, even though they're your typical frat guys that I'm not really used to, but it's funny to be around. But then you're in the car together for 7 hours, and they kind of they're kind of over me because I talk too, and then I have to shut up for a while because I'm like, these guys like each other more than they like me. But we're going to San Francisco, and that's one of the things that could go on.
Yeah, literally, that's like that's almost, you know, the universe helps people out that actually put in work, and like you took the risk. $20 in your pocket, and you took the risk to go 7 hours away for a potential.
And it's hard to recommend that someone do it, but if you have that type of like, must have been necessity. I was like, I can't turn it down. I don't have $600 to say no to, or whatever. It might have been more. It was enough to convince me to get into a car that the company got the other workers to take me. It wasn't like I met some strangers. The company referred that these people were already driving up. So, but for the most part, yes, thank you for noticing, because some people think it's just, I don't know what, but it's not gonna. A lot of times, it's not gonna happen the way you really think. That's how mine went, and right place, right time. I said yes to a lot of things that a lot of people would have said no to.
That's inspiring.
Yeah,
really, it really is.
So does it not air anymore? Is it over, or because?
Well, it's on the YouTube.
Yeah.
There's like it's two comedians going at it in like a roast, and then it's really a commercial for the Old Spice, these monsters on the deodorant battling, and it's the comedians battling, and then I come in and put them back into reality, and I'm like, hey guys, I need you to get down from there.
Is that your line?
That's the line. And my friends goof on me all the time because literally that's just what it might be one day. Like sometimes that's what I do. And it was because I did a bunch of preparing for that one opportunity of me, touching him on the shoulder, and then it ended up way cooler than you would have thought going in.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I did some auditions in my younger days, and one of them was a Sobe commercial, and my brother went with me, and since he was there, they're like, oh, you want to try out too? Needless to say, we didn't get the part, but I'm sure if it was like a one-liner, I could probably really added some enthusiasm to it, and put some effort into it. But you show up, bro, they give you this whole page and like, all right, we'll see you in 20 minutes. Remember your lines. And I never done like any drama or like theater or anything like that. So it's like for me, I'm like, how do I remember lines, dude? Like I'll just like repeat. And then we saw this one guy audition in front of us before we went on, and he killed it. And then like I even took some of his like hand motions and stuff, I'm all copying him. But like for him it was more genuine, you know what I mean? So it was more natural, and it came to him more naturally. Me, I was a brick, barely moving my fingers, and like studying, like I couldn't get my lines down.
I've seen that happen in front of me, so I just did everything I could to learn what it's gonna take for that not to happen, and then eventually, once you like face that enough times, you're more worried about how well you can do than if I'm gonna be shaking.
Oh yeah. Well, honestly, our phone's ringing right now. It looks like we might have a caller, but we're gonna find that.
Wow,
out
that's
in just
awesome.
a second. Yeah, and we didn't even give you guys the number line.
Oh yeah, we forgot to do
That's impressive. I would maybe not been able to do that.
Okay, well, I guess the guy couldn't come through.
Aw.
It's all good. But if you guys do have like stories or anything like that, or questions, comments, or concerns for jawhoney, Kyle, and me, you guys can call in at 888-909-1050. That's 888-909-1050. The lines are open. Again, before we continue our talk with jawhoney, I just want to give a shout out to 2nd Street Thrift Store. Sam Powers, that's his name, that's the game. Go check it out. He's over by USA Subs over in Ukaipa Boulevard. They kind of just opened a couple of years ago.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
Yeah, so they're freshly new, and I know everyone likes to help out the small businesses because they're the hard workers and they deserve the most. So go check them out. They're really cool. But we have jawhoney here. A little recap. He's an artist. He does production. He was in a commercial, an Old Spice commercial. If you guys want to see that commercial, how do they find it on YouTube? What's the title?
The easiest. On YouTube, it's good luck for me to explain that. But if you're on Instagram, it would be really easy because jawhoney.tv has it on like the front page, and it's me in a red shirt with dark hair. The jawhoney.tv has it, and actually jawhoney.tv, the website has it's called the TV section. You press on TV, and literally it's one of 5 videos, which is the commercial. On YouTube, it's called like 2 comedians roast each other during
Big old name.
Yeah,
like,
it's
you're not gonna find it. Good luck. I'm not gonna find it looking that way. But those are the easiest ways. At Jawhoney is the easiest way to find me, and those videos, you will eventually find those.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your little one-liner, your 15 minutes
Yeah,
of
it was it 15. It was not even like it was 2 takes. I nailed it, and they clapped it out, and they literally gave me a rap like, "Hey, he's rapped," and they clapped it out as a 10-man crew for my one line that they walked me into, and then everyone had to watch me get clapped. Like
You make it sound, yeah.
Pause.
Pause, he says.
My friend's gonna love that. What was that?
No, you're good. So basically, like, everyone else had to watch you get applaud.
Applauded.
That's better
Yeah.
than the other word, huh? That's fine. You can say that.
Yeah, I could. Unfortunately, I can't say that on the
Yeah.
radio.
You know what? You know what's crazy? I did production when I was in high school, and I think I talked about this before on my show. But like being behind the cameras and learning like the effects and everything, kind of ruined the way I watch movies.
This opens that part up.
Yeah.
It's like a balance of not letting it become too much behind the scenes. Like that's why it's fun a little bit being in front of it, because as an actor, I gotta pretend all that stuff's not there anyway. So my experience in that situation isn't. But then once you're behind the camera, it starts like, you're right. You mix it, and the magic is gonna go away a little bit.
Right.
So now I'm like 90% content watching, 10% dealing with behind the scenes to ruin it for myself. That's
Right.
So yeah, that's a good thing you brought up, because it's kind of hard not ruining content for yourself when you're trying to do the
Exactly.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like a good example is like, you know, you watch a horror movie and they light a match and walk down to the basement, and like that flame doesn't illuminate enough light for it to actually show the people, so they literally beam a flashlight at the person walking down the attic, and it's like, dude, come on, like, I know there's a flashlight there, you know what I mean?
Movie
Like,
magic.
The fact that I could just imagine it, and I haven't even seen that clip, but yeah,
And
there's a lot of that.
It's so cheesy. And like another thing, like with the Avengers, you know, like I wonder if like the actors and the directors are just like, they're over it, you know, they don't even want to see it when it comes out, because they played the part, they've been there the whole time, and they've seen everything.
The superhero movies, I feel like they dip out as fast as they can say no to how big the money is. You know, like I just heard Ben Affleck, Matt Damon helped break him out of Batman because he was like not happy with it, and then they did what did he convince? I forgot what. The one with not Scorsese. Ridley Scott just did one. What is it, The Last Duel or something? Anyway, whatever. Yeah, so you're right. The superhero thing must eventually kind of get old. As an actor, you like taking on new things, because anything can get boring.
Yeah.
Your favorite role, like I wanted to play villain roles, and now that's what I'm getting. And now I'm like, you know what? Maybe one time I want to carry it as like the good guy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I can put on a more good guy look if I need to, but obviously, in terms of like who people have around, I look like I would play the villain more than a lot of people.
Right.
So, and I'm not mad about it, but I am getting close to wanting to switch already.
Yeah.
And they do it for like 6 years or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
And how long have you been auditioning and doing all that production stuff?
The first musical theater class was right after about 6 months after that injury, was fall 2017. I took my first musical theater. I've never done it in high school, and that's why I'm so it's all brand new to me, like a whole new world, literally, with that song opened up. How much time we got?
We got 5 minutes.
Oh, okay, fire. So that was the beginning of when I took it seriously, and what is fall 17, let's just say it was 4 years-ish, right? Because fall 21 was just a month ago or whatever. So about 4 years, and within that first year, I got lucky with that Old Spice thing. So a lot
Yeah.
of things have been showing themselves to me where it encourages me, but at the same time, like, I'm going through exactly what they talk about. Like, I'm gonna be the story of like Dwayne Johnson when he's like, I had $8 in my pocket before it worked out for me.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like it's gonna take me to like be at the total end of your wits. But I don't really mind because I've seen some things that were worse in the sense of like the injury, which just opened up my eyes to what really is an obstacle, you know. And that's why it all goes back to that injury. And then I literally opened even another business. I was tutoring kids. Like, I was really good at math, okay? Believe it or not, I'm very good at math.
Second grade math.
No. That's mean.
I'm good at math. I teach third graders math.
No. I was a 4.0 up until Algebra 2, which I was in sophomore in high school. So I had that down. I didn't teach calculus or none of pre-cal, but I went as far as that, the X and Y's and stuff. I was killing it. For high school kids to get out of school, I'm very helpful in terms of math and English. I got that down. I can get you through. I can get you into college. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about that, but that's part of my business at the time. And then I realized if I'm gonna put this type of energy in it, I better pick something that I'm more motivated for in the long term. And the people you're dealing with aren't you guys. I'm dealing with like 16-year-old kids, which that's nice. I'm helping them, but I'm like, it's not the time for me yet to be this sensei for these kids. I'm like, I still need a sensei, which brings me to Cobra Kai, best show ever. Is that 5 minutes?
No, we good. We got
and then that's how. And then I got to musical theater. Once I realized like I couldn't put that other stuff, I'm like, I'm not gonna tell anybody about this anymore. And so if that helps somebody, like I didn't. For the first time in my life, I was like, I'm not telling anybody because I don't need to hear it at all. Like this is it. Like I need to at least find out on my own. And then before you knew it, the first class they made you go up there read a script with people. And I'd never even done that. I'm like, how do you guys pretend, you know?
How do you guys act?
We did a Beauty and the Beast, them just running after the Beast or something. I was supposed to play like Cogsworth, the clock, I think. I don't remember. I was like, who's Cogsworth, dude? I'm like, is it the candle? And it was not.
Like, no, you're the
it was not
clock.
that was my first experience of musical theater. Like on my first day, they made me run around on the stage, and it was, shout out, wow, Krista Havenhill, that was my teacher for that class. Shout out Kelly Ford. There's all Chafee. So many people helped me, but in terms of theater, they really opened up a lot of opportunities. They allowed us to go up there without worrying about any type of stage fright. Like, cause, you know, I kind of dealt with it in class. So that way, when I showed up to that day where they were asking me to do the line, I didn't even stutter on the line, but I'll tell you, most people are going to stutter when they say go, and if you don't get it, we're doing, like, there's noise coming in between your takes, and they're like, either get it or this isn't going to work out. And if I wasn't trained the way I did for, like, whatever, that one straight year of, like, 12-hour days at literally either theater or movies, that helped me. Yeah, where are we?
You know, that's actually interesting you said Chafee, because after the break, I actually want to talk to you about a mutual friend we have that you met through Chafee.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's exciting. How much more time we got, Paul? We got 1 minute left.
1 minute left.
All right. Well, before we go out, again, I just want to give a shout out to Second Street Thrift Store.
Second Chance Thrift Store.
Second Chance. Thank you, man. I'm fired.
Second Chance.
Yeah, go in there. The owner, his name's Sam Powers. He's a real cool guy. They have a bunch of variety of stuff. You know, you can get lost on how much stuff they have. So go check them out.
And it's after Christmas, so they should have some new inventory too.
Yeah, there you go. And it's in Yucaipa on 2nd Street. And again, you guys are listening to Whatever Works. I'm Sam Works.
I'm Kyle Carrigan.
I'm Jaws at Jawhoney.
Hey,
there we go.
All right, you guys. We're going to go on a quick break, but stay tuned. Listen in. You guys are listening on 1050, 102.3, and 106.5.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3 FM.
How you doing? This is Gary Garver. In today's society, the majority of people are not getting enough sleep. I know I'm not. If you're like me and having problems getting a good night's rest, whether it's health or stress related, I have a solution for you. South Pacific Sleep Lab. South Pacific Sleep Lab will do an evaluation of your sleep pattern and will provide a comprehensive study so you can start getting a restful, peaceful night of sleep. They take all types of insurance, which will cover your cost of the evaluation, and they will even provide transportation to their offices at no cost to you. For more information, contact Tony at 310-999-1887. That's 310-999-1887. Tony even stays awake all night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can sleep better and rest easy. South Pacific Sleep Lab. Start feeling better and getting a great night of sleep today.
Hi, I'm food critic Alan Borgen, and I'm excited to tell you about a small local company called Soaring Swine Acres that creates and sells over 300 delicious tasting and unique jams, jellies, honeys, sauces, pickled products, and their new Voodoo Queen holistic teas that you can't find anywhere else. You can visit Soaring Swine Acres store in Yucaipa, or you can purchase their products on their website, SoaringSwineAcres.com. That's SoaringSwine Acres, ACRES.com. Savor such delicious items like rosemary pear jelly, ginger orange jam, cherry chili jam. Visit them at SoaringSwineAcres.com. That's SoaringSwineAcres.com. Take it from me, food critic Alan Borgen, these food products are delicious. That's SoaringSwineAcres.com. Happy eating!
Tahibo Tea Club's original Pure Pau de Arco Super Tea helps build red corpuscles in the blood which carry oxygen to our organs and cells. Our organs and cells need oxygen to regenerate themselves. The immune system needs oxygen to develop, and cancer dies in oxygen. So the tea is great for healthy people because it helps build the immune system, and it can truly be miraculous for someone fighting a potentially life-threatening disease due to an infection, diabetes, or cancer. The tea is also organic and naturally caffeine-free. A 1-pound package of tea is $49.95, which includes shipping. To order, please visit TahiboTeaClub.com. Tahibo is spelled T like Tom, A-H-E-E-B like boy, O, then continue with the word tea and then the word club. The complete website is TahiboTeaClub.com, or call us at 818-610-8088, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. California time. That's 818-610-8088, TahiboTeaClub.com.
BST Realty reminds all area listeners to please get out and donate blood to salute the brave men and women of our armed forces that are overseas. Every pint of blood donated locally can save 1 or 2 brave soldiers overseas. So salute our troops, give back the gift of life by giving the gift of blood. That's BST Realty, serving the area with pride and integrity. Whether you're buying, selling, leasing, or renting, or for more info, call them today at 951-834-5692. That's 834-5692. That's BST Realty, on the air because they care. Proudly serving the community and supporting our troops.
Bob Vila here with my home improvement tip of the day. You probably know that ice dams are the ridges of ice that form along the edges of roofs during cold weather. They occur when heated air in your home rises and gets up into the attic. The warm air heats the underside of the roof. That causes snow on top to melt and drain down the roof until it reaches the cold overhang. There, it refreezes, forming an ice dam. Water from melted snow backs up behind the ice dam and can leak into the house and cause major damage. The best way to avoid ice dams is to use insulation to seal the attic from rising warm air. If you get an ice dam anyway, you'll probably need to consult an energy-savvy contractor, but in the meantime, there's a fix that might get you through the crisis. Find a pair of old nylons and fill one of the legs with ice melting crystals. Drape the nylons up on the roof so that one end crosses the ice dam and the gutter. The chemicals will eventually melt that section of the ice, creating a gap for water to escape. Get more info at BobVila.com and right here at home with me, Bob Vila.
It's time to shop in the cool, relaxed comfort of the Tri-City Shopping Center in Redlands, conveniently located on the I-10 freeway between the Alabama and Tennessee exits. Bring the kids too and watch them play in the only indoor fun center, High Five Indoor Playground, where parents are welcomed on the playground. Birthday celebrations are encouraged, so make plans for some great fun at the mall. More reasons why the Tri-City Center is called the Mall with a Heart.
What does reinforced mean to grapes? It means forcing pests out with all-over protection from mealybugs and nematodes to help vineyards grow their strongest. And that's exactly the kind of support grapes get from Movetto insecticide. With its unique two-wave movement that works up through the shoot and down to the roots, Movetto protects grapes from above and below ground pests to help improve root health and crop quality. So talk to your local retailer about Movetto or visit us online at movento.us to learn more. Always read and follow label directions.
KCAA.
Diamonds in the gutter and you gotta go fish 'em. Suicide notes, why they leave 'em in the kitchen. I ain't been hungry like a kid in a minute. Tell my fam I'm never coming home, but I miss 'em. I'm sorry to my mother, keep praying, keep wishing. At times it got so dark that I couldn't turn the switch on.
Back it is 7:37 on KCAA. You guys are listening to Whatever Works. I am your host, Sam Works.
Kyle Carrigan.
And
Jaws at Jawhoney.
Let's go, guys. If you guys are just tuning in, there's the air horns.
There we go.
I was waiting for that. If you guys are just tuning in, we have a guest here. His name's Jawhoney. He has crazy stories, a lot of background. He brought his whole resume with us, and we're just breaking it down a little bit. Jawhoney is one of Kyle's friends, and he brought him here tonight to talk about his life experiences. He broke his jaw, so that's one of the reasons why his name is Jawhoney. Doing a practice run for like Ninja Warrior, right?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. And then he also was in an Old Spice commercial. You guys can go to Jawhoney TV.
Jawhoney.tv, either the website or on Instagram. Jawhoney, JAWHONEY.TV.
There you go. And it's a remarkable story. I mean, this guy only had $20 in his pocket, and he took the opportunity, to drive up with strangers 7 hours away. It's not even guaranteed, you gotta hit the script, and he got it, man. It's a cool thing. Before we went on break, though, he was talking about how he went to Chafee, right, to do the theater and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyle wants to continue that about.
So we have a mutual friend, Star Cali.
Yeah.
CEO of Liberate Justice Entertainment and Cloudkill. Your very first Instagram post, you were at a show ran by Star. How did that go? You remember that?
It is the very first post. That was probably the first show she did. I don't know anything before that.
Female.
Star Cali. She's an OG with like the emo scene, which is like a new wave emo scene right now. I mean, that's the way I like emo rappers and stuff. Not only, but that's that's what's going on. That's our mutual friend, which is funny. Well, not funny how I met her through a mutual friend, but me and Kyle met today. We should clarify, but so we are definitely new friends, and we're all we are now mutual friends to the person that is mutual friends with the person who got me my first show with Star Cali of Cloudkill, and that was the first Cloudkill show I did. Was 2018. I think December or something.
December 16th.
December 16th.
Yeah, Kyle's been doing
now
his research.
I know.
I always do my
first
research.
post, December 16th. No, you said this. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, that is definitely, and that was one of the first images of performance. So it is like in terms of music, and the way it happened was our mutual friend passed away, and Star Cali Cloudkill hit me up saying, "Hey, I don't know if you know this, but this happened," and they also got you the show with me, so nice, to meet you. Do you want to do it? And that was the first show that was presented to me, and I did it, and I've done it whatever many times, at least 3 or 4 times, whatever it was. But there's another one coming up, hopefully.
Yeah.
February 12th. Hopefully she gets me. She books me. But
I'll talk to her.
Yeah, that'd be. You should totally talk to her. Be like, she'll get me. That's not the issue. You'll see.
Yeah.
But shout out Cloudkill. I did a lot of cool shows there. I met a lot of cool people, and you can tell it's growing. And I've met some people that I still talk to through the shows. One of them, Jason Alessi. Shout out Jason Alessi. Yes, I met him at the first show, and now it's been whatever 3 or whatever years. Yeah, shout out Cloudkill. I don't know what else I should. It's been getting bigger and bigger. Like every show, it's a bigger headliner, verified type artist. So shouts to her. She's doing a really cool thing.
Yeah, I know she's doing shows with Lil Tracy.
Stuff
like that, like big stuff, like Lil Peep's crew and different things like that. So
yeah, she's like clout kill type shit.
Seriously,
I don't know how she does it. She has her own magic.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, that's how clout kill is. Sometimes you wonder how she does it, but she does it. It happens, and then you see her at the next event, and you're like, hey, this was even better.
Yeah.
Every time, hey, this is better. She's like, all right, stop it. You said that the last 5 times.
And hopefully I continue, Why wouldn't you want it to be better every time?
Yeah, I like that. So how'd you meet her?
So I used to work at this venue called Clash City Station. And I was a bouncer at the time, and I moved on to stage management. And I ended up becoming part owner. So
You went from a bouncer to a part owner?
Yeah, I did. And so when I was stage manager, she did shows under Liberate Justice Entertainment, which was another business that she has. And so she kind of wanted to break off a little bit from that, and then she started Cloudkill. And so that's where he met her. But yeah, I've known her for a while. She's done a lot of shows. She does a lot of video work and a lot of interviews.
Yeah, she videographer, edits, and whatever they do in that scene, she does it pretty much. Graphic design, whatever.
Yeah.
What was I gonna tell you?
Well, how come she's not here tonight? Is she?
I plan on inviting her to the show. As a matter of fact, I plan on doing more business with her this year. I was gonna start branching out and actually working with her, but then COVID hit.
Right, and that's gonna stop some things. But to be honest, I don't like any excuses anymore. I just have a abusive fault. No, I don't. But in my head, I have some guy that's like disciplining me in terms of I don't care, bro. I hope it better work out, because it's not chill if it doesn't work out for you. So I really don't care. Whatever, and a lot of things you can do remotely. So
yeah, exactly.
Not everything. Like obviously performing isn't remote, but one day. But I wouldn't even want to do that. No. I like live.
I mean, they do like
virtual.
Zoom, virtual auditions and stuff.
Nah.
Even before the pandemic hit, I remember I was supposed to do some of that.
I mean, the thing is, I realized I used to wonder about movies versus theater and the difference and how I felt. But I could see why, you need to balance both. And honestly, movies get more annoying, but you get a product out of it, right? You get the movie, but being in front of a live audience, nothing tops it. Why? Because it's more pressure than it is for the camera. There's no second take, so it's a lot of fun and adrenaline to get it right in front of however many people at at the theater is 200, but still it doesn't really matter. At a certain point, if you can do it in front of one person you care about or whatever, you can probably do it. You should be able to do it again, but if you can't, then you didn't rehearse enough. But
Facts. When people usually, when they're not ready or they're nervous before they take a test or go live or something, it's because they didn't, like you said, they didn't rehearse enough, they didn't train hard enough.
Yeah, I learned that I should have learned it earlier, but the reason I avoided this stuff until a little later in life, after high school, as a kid, something didn't go my way, on stage in a kid type pageant thing, and I mixed up a line, and I switched them. But for me, it was the biggest mess up ever, and I was I'm not destined for this.
I'm never doing this again.
Yeah, I'm never doing this. This is the most embarrassing thing. Even though going up there, I was my life. Oh my goodness, this is the best thing I'm about to do. I can't believe I'm about to go kill it up there. And I didn't even do bad, but most audience probably didn't even care. It's a kid's thing. We're talking second grade. But I'll tell you, for a very long time, that dictated whether I would even consider that this is for me. Because I also saw someone I care about freeze up on the news, and it was for their business and promoting it. And once that happened, I knew that the only way I can return to this is to give it training, because I realized clearly you got to respect the people that do this stuff. There's no way they're winging it. At a certain point, you're I could do that, but at a certain time, you're like, you almost consider, like, can't anyone do this? They get paid so much, blah, blah, blah. Not when somebody tells you to go and you have stuff you have memorized and another actor is depending on you to respond on it. Like, no, there's a reason. It's training, it's work. And, I don't know. How did we get there?
I mean, there's this quote. I can't quote on who it's by, but it was basically like, no one in this world yet has not gotten what they deserve. Like, okay, all these rappers, okay, some of them make really horrible songs and like music, and I'm not saying horrible is like really crappy, you know, like not professional, whatever. They like mumble rap, whatever. But you wonder, like, oh man, why are these guys so rich? You know what I mean? There are people that like their
Dude, when
style.
I was a kid, I liked the grungy screamo blah 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 that everyone is like, what are they listening to? And I'm gonna tell you, like, that was as hot as it got, really. Like, when you're 16 to 22 years old, you're looking for the new stuff, and they tend to be people your age who haven't necessarily been through certain things. Like, I mean, maybe they have. Certain ones are gonna go through stuff, but even just the music, like, how they couldn't have listened to everything out there. They just, you know, like, and your taste changes. So
yeah, your taste, your mind, and all that stuff.
I know like some stuff sticks and some stuff it doesn't, but like right now I see why it works. The energy is right, and the person throwing it out there, the energy is right. And if they like his attitude, it's not necessary. They don't need Beethoven. Like, no one's like, it doesn't matter whether you care or not, or who cares. They don't need Beethoven. I love it. I went back to it. You know, eventually, once you lead down certain things, you're gonna find that it leads back to classical stuff, because some of it was the beginning of the modern music, bars and notes, and that's what all of this is kind of based on. All the good writers are writing with, you know, notes, and like, I'm assuming the big ones are working with those types of people. But what I'm saying is, the new people, they can get away with a lot of things. Yeah. Because the kids, they don't care, dude. They don't know the difference a lot of time. And I try to tell people this, but some people assume that, like, it really matters about, like, quality, this, that. And I'm like, dude, I've heard some things that go viral on TikTok, and it sounds like they recorded in the closet or whatever. And it just hits. The energy was there when it was recorded. And honestly, if you compare any recording to like 1960s, when they were having, or whatever it is, back then when they were still selling CDs, their quality couldn't have been better than anything that we record on, I would assume. Like, if you go far back enough, and they were still listening to it, is my point. So at a certain point, if somebody likes something, some things don't matter. And that energy matters. And you see the behind the scenes, because that's just what it is now. Good luck not showing your behind the scenes. Everyone gets to know their favorite rapper, and if they start liking them, they're gonna go listen to more songs than just the one that went viral.
Exactly.
It's a whole lot of liking somebody. I don't know when this happened, 5 to 10 years. It's always been like this, but now it's on like a civilian level in terms of like, I could keep trying. You know, whoever wants to can keep trying.
Eventually, maybe.
And one of the things might work. I think it's just when you're genuine about what you make, it's hard for someone to stop, but you need talent. Like, even those mumble rappers, I'm assuming, no matter which ones you're talking about, they have some type of flow that makes sense to the kids listening. They can't clown him.
Well,
you
like,
know, they're young. They want to clown. Marketing, but if the song is clownable, the kids will clown. Like, but then the story behind the rapper backs it up too. You know, that's how I feel.
Not even going back to what you said, like, you used to listen to like that screamo emo stuff, right?
Yeah.
And like, some people are like, why? Like, you can't even understand them. And I talked to one of my old coworkers, and that's what he listens to. He actually is in a band that does that. And he's like, sometimes it's not even about the words that they say. It's like you said,
vibe.
It's the vibe and the energy.
It's the energy.
One of my songs, some people will just be like, hey, this one's a vibe. And that I went for that because I was like, I don't need some masterpiece. Sometimes people are listening to stuff that, like, it's just a vibe. You could leave it on and they're not bothered by it, and that's as much as they need sometimes, because they might be chilling, smoking, whatever.
Some ganja,
so they need something that's not bothering them. If they leave it on, that's fine. Like,
so back when I worked at Clash City Station, we had this show, and it was, if you bring the most people who scream the loudest at the end, he won an award. So we had this band.
I don't ever have enough friends to do that for
Well,
me.
here's the thing. There's this band from San Diego, the furthest band out. Okay, everyone else was from Fontana.
Locals.
Local. Like, and this band from San Diego didn't bring anyone out. However, they went to the mall and they said, "Hey, I want everyone to come with us." And then they went to the Gentlemen's Club. They got a whole bunch of girls, whole bunch of people to come to the show. Like, hey, we have a show, just come out. And everyone's like, all right, let's go out. And this band probably brought like 100 people. And everyone was just having a good time. And nowhere near were they the best band, but it was how they marketed themselves and how they brought people in. Dude, we just gave out the award. We're like, this is not even a competition anymore.
What did they do right? Was it the stage performance, or like afterwards they just clicked with everybody? Or?
They just clicked with everybody, and I don't know how they did it.
Well, once you have a good show
Yeah.
and the people are there for a show, they're gonna like you more.
Exactly.
So I've had good enough experiences with that but yeah, that could help. Liking you more
definitely.
is my. The show has to go well, but at the same time, liking you might go further, dude.
Yeah. It's like
that
you're
was
just
my
there
problem.
to support them, you know,
Yeah.
more than anything. And like, cause I went to a Kevin Gates concert.
Oh yeah.
I got 6 jobs, right? That's him.
Something like that.
I learned from him that I'm like, I got 6 jobs too. Like you got
Six
if
jobs,
Kevin
I don't
Gates-
get
phones.
tired.
Yeah, I don't get tired.
But what I'm saying is, like I waited like 4 hours for this dude to come out, and it's like all the other rappers, like there were some that I recognized, that I acknowledged, like dang, they're pretty good, but it's like because I was going for him, dude, I was like, you know, I was screaming.
Yeah.
Like there's a bunch of guys that are like really cool and like it was a good vibe, and I want to go back and like look them up, but like I went there for him.
Mhm.
You know, I didn't go there for those guys.
Ye-
So going back to San Diego, like that's cool, man. I like that story.
Yeah.
They brought randoms, but you know, they're
And, like they brought everybody. Like there was like homeless people there.
The
There were
best-
girls
the
from the
best
Gentleman
fans.
Club, half naked.
They'll go with you. to
There were
any
people
city.
from the mall, like Tyler Mall, like just random people. Like this old couple came in. He's like, "We're here to see the Montel Jordans," and we're like, "What?"
We like Montel.
yeah, like titties hanging out and stuff. No,
No.
and you know what? Honestly, I'm pretty sure that wasn't their first time doing it. Like
No.
they know. Let's go to the mall and let's go to the Gentlemen's Club. We'll bring some people. We'll bring some girls, and for sure we will top it off. Like they knew
Yeah.
what they were doing. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
San Diego, baby. Like come
No,
on.
Yeah,
once you
like,
come
they went
out
all
from
out.
another place, I feel like they've been through enough things to know how to get people to like them and get them
Yeah.
going. Like I've seen people that have got like 5 people going to the point where they lifted them. You know, like
Yeah.
some people adjust. I don't know. I would assume it's experience, getting good at stuff.
Yeah.
It could be natural too, but to be honest, I can't say that everything goes well for me because I'm a natural. Because I know that I had to jump through some hoops to get good at, and I spent enough time to get better at stuff.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I had a natural motivation maybe for it. That's probably it.
Yeah, there you go. Finding your answers.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever works. You know, that's part of the show. So I'm glad that works for you. We're gonna be closing here in 2 minutes. So I'm gonna shout out Second Chance Thrift Store one more time. Go
Second
check
Chance
them out,
Thrift.
guys.
Nailed
yeah,
it.
on Ukiah Boulevard.
Nexus Subs USA.
There you go. Grab a sandwich, bro. Take
Yeah,
a
just
stroll,
grab a
look
sandwich,
around.
Take a stroll.
Cause like you're not gonna be
Eat by the
broke.
cages.
Yeah, you're not gonna be broke going to a Second Chance Thrift Store. You know what I mean?
No.
And USA
always a good
Subs,
time.
yeah, good food, good people. Go check them out. Hey, jawhoney, it was honestly nice to meet you. This is the first, dude. Literally, we came here at 6:30, and I'm glad you came over, dude. There's a lot of good
Definitely,
stories
it's
that
been
you
a
brought.
vibe.
I'm
Yeah.
very glad. Yeah, that was short, right? I feel like
Yeah, it seems
that could
short.
have gone. Yeah.
And,
Seems
you know,
sure it's been an hour.
Yeah,
So-
time runs by fast when you're having fun. Right?
Yes.
So-
I had a great time. I appreciate you guys hearing me out, whatever,
Yeah.
for whatever reason you heard me out. And great mutual friendship now.
Yeah, right.
There we go, let's continue.
Go ahead and tell the people where they can find you again.
At jawhoney, that JAWHONEY, one word. You'll find me on like any platform if you just put that in there. But yeah, jawhoney.tv is the website, and the Instagram. There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
Jawhoney is where you'll find it.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
There we go.
Go check him out. Go look at his Old Spice commercial, his one-hit wonder, his liner.
Hey, I'm gonna find another hit. Okay,
Yeah,
I
there you
hope that's not my one.
that was it. Oh, you're like, oh man.
I
Your
just got
dreams.
started. That was the first thing that happened.
There you go. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to have Paulie Boy, our board op, take it away. We're going to be listening to Sunday Best, even though it is Wednesday, but that is my theme song. You guys are listening to Whatever Works on KCAA 1050 AM, 102.3 and 106.5. I'm Sam Works.
Kyle Carrigan.
Jaws at jawhoney.
There you go. We're tuning out, guys. I'll see you guys on Sunday and not next Wednesday, but the following week. Have a good night. Stay blessed, and happy Wednesday.
Hey, I might get it wrong. Relax. I seen this in a movie. I'm coming up, just like a scream. I'm running out, just like a dream. They don't really wanna see me in beam. Think that it's stolen, I got me a beam. I got some niggas mad, I don't know. Make some songs like right on the phone. Just might pop up, then I'm feeling like Sunday. Just like a playboy, we hopping like Bunny. I hop in her, tell me you don't think it's funny. There's no reason that you know should be running. Just like a crackhead, I'm up. Gotta get rid of this stuff. Shout out my life, it been tough. Gotta be pregnant with love. All in her gut, I'm fucking it up. Just like a turkey, I'm getting this stuff. She could be skinny or she could be buff. Wishing her well, but she ran out of luck. I'm getting well, I'm feeling well. This time next year, I might be in cell. I really can't tell, won't get no fail. I'm thugging, but I wanna be hard to tell. Just like a pig, I don't fuck. Now that she pregnant, she sucks. Front row seat to street, I'm stuck. Giving me fuck, but you don't give a fuck. Blowing a blunt, bitch, so what? Making me decisions, titties or butt. I want it all, I want a ball. Give me the ball, I'm winning it all. This time last year, I needed a scream. Woke up from nightmare and turned it a dream. I want a beam, I got a beam. Say what I mean.